It's Tuesday, and you know what that means. I hit the wrong screen button. Damn it.
I lean over there now.
Ah, man. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another exciting edition of Tiny Meng Tuesdays. I totally blew this opening, so as you can see, I'm joined by the effervescent madman of Minneapolis, Matt Lind right there. I'm joined by the boss of Boss Fight Studios down there, Mr. Erik Arana. How's it going, everybody? The chat is already bustling. So without further ado, Mitch, please don't kill any humans. I know I forgot to power you down yesterday, but damn, dude, take a pill. Wolf, Pale Aragorn, Gail Benning, Vectar, Neb, huge shout out to you. Do better, do well. We're always here. Gail, got my Super 7 Mikey in April in the mail today. Oh, I'm still waiting on mine. Panther, I didn't know you could get a third COVID shot, but I hope you feel better, my friend.
They're starting in some spots.
Yeah, I didn't know. Mitch is going to be...
I'm going to say a blonde rocker wig and steroids.
Yes, and spandex. Lots of spandex.
If you want to do an Age of Apocalypse Sabretooth costume, there's your key ingredients.
It is a beer
and Lee press-ons.
Yeah. And may I throw it out there, Erik? You're looking super fresh tonight, my friend.
Thank you.
Ain't nobody dope as he.
I'm just saying.
So fresh and clean.
How you guys all doing?
I'm good. How you, man?
Living. You know.
I'm going to be shaving a bunch of hair off of action figures tonight for a friend, so that'll be fun. So I might be muting quite a bit just because it's going to be me and my good old friend, Mr. Dremeling.
Me.
Here he is. Hey. Mitch Falcon. So I'm set then. Wait, Tim, you could be his wild child. You just got to go down to Tampa. Throwing it out there. But yeah, what's everybody working on tonight? We'll start with you, Erik, since you already got your hands on something.
Yeah, I'm actually adding to my Captain America shelf with Daniel Cage, Captain America.
Very cool.
Nice.
You're making
I'll also be doing some minor work on Commander A from the far future on this Colossus here.
Very cool. Matthew, what are you working on outside of your fantastic Taco Cat shirt? Which, by the way, if you haven't had Taco Cat, it's flipping awesome.
It is. You can't have it anymore, though. They're gone.
Oh, they are? Are they?
Yep.
I didn't realize they closed.
Yeah, pandemic did them in.
Ooh.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, unless they had to sell the truck, whether they come back or not. But yeah, I haven't seen anything. So it's a bummer.
Because they were in what was that, International Market Square or whatever it is.
Yep. And they had the truck, and then now all I have is this awesome shirt.
Hey, it will live on for days. Wolf, aka one of my dear friends. Yes, I will be at FalCon. So September 25th. R.I.P. Taco Cat. I agree. Pour one out for the homies.
So yeah,
Wow.
to start with, I'm gonna probably work on. I got a bunch of AEW figures that I'm probably gonna open, and then I'm got some Transformer add-on kits that I'll mess with here, and we'll see where that takes me.
Nice. I am going to be attempting. I will be taking all the hair off of one Aiden English.
He doesn't have a lot of hair to take off.
It's true. That's the trick. Is it's going to be very fine working there. And then the real challenge. Thankfully, I actually had one of these heads in my fodder bin. I will be taking off the beard and hair off of this EY. So that's going to be intense. Mitch, I don't think that's the website. MidwestComicBookFans.com. Although now I'm curious to see what FallCon.com is. I'm going to mute myself just in case. Yep, that is not it. MidwestComicBookFans.com. Griff Rider, Eric, Pitch Time, Harry and the Hendersons in Short Circuit. I mean,
anything that gets me a John Lithgow, and I'm probably in.
Hell yeah.
Well, in that case, cliffhanger.
I'll see you there, Charles. I can think of several things I'd like to see Boss Fight Studios play with, says Winter Saber. Man, Tim, I never even saw an Aiden English actually in the cities. I'm just putting that out there.
Really? Probably because I bought them all.
Really?
Well, they were on clearance. I'm like, I'll use these for fodder, and then I never did. So.
No, if you got a spare, toss one my way, because I legit was looking for one, because I have my brain just went kaplooey. Simon Gotch. I got him at like a garage sale, and it was like, wait, why are you tempting me, Winter Saber?
I might even have a Chase Aiden English.
Apparently, we're supposed to pitch Dino Riders to you, Eric. All the Dino Riders.
I would need to know who owns Dino Riders. I don't know if it's a media company or a solo person or.
The world may never know.
Well, that's Tyco, but I thought that was Mattel. Anyway.
Mattel just put out those like little, or no, that wasn't Mattel. Who put that out? Someone just put out like some like slug figures of Dino Riders. They were pretty cool. I mean, they were slug figures, but they were still neat. It was Mattel. Okay. It was
Mattel. And Quintillion, I can't believe you're buying Compound Hulks for fodder. Hopefully they honor that price.
What did they go down to?
They are on pre-order for $20.
Oh wow, that's nice.
It is a good deal. I'm not convinced they're going to honor that price, and if they do, I will be annoyed because I got one. I paid like $50 for that.
Aha. All right.
And I still haven't got one. Bullshit. Guess I did get my Captain America.
Which one?
The John Walker.
I got mine the other day. He's a pretty nice figure.
It is. I appreciated that they use the packaging from the show.
Yeah.
We're a bit of synergy, seeing as they didn't even get the U.S. agent design right.
Is the U.S. agent design off?
The red stripes are on the wrong stripe, and the white isn't there at all.
Oh, I didn't even catch it.
Yeah, I repainted mine because that bothers me, but
I'm gonna have to fix mine now too. Thanks.
I get that they're working with lead times and all that, so I'm not like
happens
hurt about it, but I know they'll probably also try and sell us another one later, if they can find the justification.
They'll do a 2-pack.
Yeah.
With him and I don't know.
I mean, if they did a 2-pack with him and the Contessa,
that'd be cool.
I would buy that.
It could be, I guess. He's not U.S. agent ever in the scenes with him, but it could be him and Battlestar.
I would also love if they did an MCU Battlestar. That was a good design, and I was dismayed.
You gotta love Lamont.
It seemed like a waste.
I feel like he was integral to John Walker's story, so I was okay with it. But I would have liked to have seen more of him. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just felt, like they could have done the same thing and used given him like a little. I mean, it probably would have been too many characters, but a little squad or something, and had left winger and right winger or whatever.
What did I miss?
Their civilian identities. Because
Jack
they
Flag and
pretty much created. But
I'll swing by in a bit, heading back to the. All right, see you, Randy. Oh, comics, John Walker. I'm sorry, I'm catching up.
They needed. Yes, we do need an updated Legends comic, U.S. Agent.
100%.
When did that last one come out? Because that was a while ago.
It was the Hitmonkey.
Something like that. It was
Hitmonkey or Rocket Raccoon build a figure.
It was before the current packaging. Like
Yeah.
it was still carded.
It was still the carded ones. It might have been the way that had they were there with the repurposed Heroescape terrain stands. I can't remember, but it was a
Yeah, he came with the stand still. I mean, I'd be fine with them doing a new head and just using the the current cap.
Absolutely.
Especially since that the 80th cap is so nice and he's a little thinner, which I like. So
no, I'd be and then so they could use the bulkier cap body and keep John a little bit bigger. Yeah. I would like
strange noises. I'm sanding on the desk, so I'm hoping it's not coming off like mating seals or anything.
Yeah, that's what you got to have to, keep you going.
No, you know how I do. I saw something about Dino Riders in that comment. That's fair.
So you finished any customs up lately, Eric?
I'm trying to think if I finished any. I have a bunch on my like my next up in my queue. Oh, I did the I think I sent you guys a photo. I did the Isaiah Bradley cap.
Yeah, that came out really nice.
I'm just waiting on the Shield graphic from the amazing Joe Harris, who does tons of graphics for me and stuff like that. Not the graphics he just prints the stickers, but he's got the cutter and everything. So
he does good stuff for sure.
Mm-hmm. Man, I think I'm gonna have to mute again and try to Dremel this a little bit leveler. He's got a big divot in his head.
Oh no! You've got that cap handy.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's there.
No, it's not bad.
It's just I need to even it out. So
the chat would like.
Hey Daniel H, what's shaking? I believe Eric is working on every obscure cap variant under the sun.
It's my current project.
Some Transformers kits, and I am shaving men of their beard and their hair. Party, right? Woohoo! Woo!
Yeah, I don't know. These usually Nanaf does great stuff. These kits aren't as nice as some of the previous sets.
Which company did kits are they?
Nanaf. The reason I like his stuff over some of the other ones, and there's some great add-on sets out there for sure.
Oh yeah.
But he's a little more willing to do like the little improvements that you normally only see like the 3D printed kits for, but he does actual molds, which I just prefer the look of. They blend better.
Yeah.
If it's actual injection molded plastic. I know with these, he was kind of sitting on them for a while, and because of the material issues, he couldn't get any master batch that matched the Hasbro plastics as close as he wanted. So they're not bad. I don't think they're bad at all. But yeah, they're a little finicky. So I'll have to mess with them.
I'll take it. Sorry, Dave the Barber Wonder. Me and old Brood Eye, I guess.
I went and looked up a list of all his gimmicks, and it was insane. I don't know if anybody has had more gimmicks at that level. Like,
dude, all I remember is I remember my brother telling me that the Disciple was him, and I did not believe him. I was like, "You're lying." Like,
when the Disciple first came out, me and my friend both like immediate were like, "Oh, come on,
Brutus."
as long as he doesn't piss off the Fed, we'll probably get that eventually. They're doing the freaking Zodiac,
right?
That's hilarious.
I actually
don't think we'll see the Booty Man, but you never know.
I'm still surprised we are getting the Zodiac before we're getting the Disciple. I'm just putting that out there. Like that was legit one of those things where, you know, when you see the release and you're just like, okay, so what's the real release? Oh God. All right.
Well, I mean, they're also doing the Goon, so
which blows me away.
I'm into. I can't remember if there's an issue or not. I thought he was on decent terms. I'm surprised they haven't done Brooklyn Brawler.
I feel like there was a falling out or something.
Yeah, I can't remember if he was on that concussion class action. I know that's, you know, that put a lot of people on the blacklist. But
yeah.
And Eric, you have an Earth X cap in the offing.
I don't. He's not actually on my list. I should add him on. That's the Alex Ross one, right?
Yeah. Where he's wearing the flag in his normal pants. Yes, Tim Tyrannosaurus. I think his initial gimmick was Dizzy Hogan. But he definitely was just Hulk Hogan's brother. That was his original.
Dizzy Hogan?
Yeah, I know he was Dizzy Hogan at least at one point. I don't know if that was his first gimmick. See, I'm going to have to just look at this list. Because
that's totally made up. I'm just saying.
You know, this ain't half bad. It's that is a well there we go.
Oh yeah.
Nice. I tell you, I just getting back into 6-inch customs. I've been doing a little bit of sculpting. The top of the Danielle.
Oh yeah.
The top of her mask is kind of weird, so I kind of did this.
Oh yeah.
Added this little bit here, and then I'm not working on her tonight, but I'm working on an American Dream as well.
Nice.
But I did do some sculpting to the top of her head to kind of finish up the mask look. Gonna add her hair to the back and the wings.
A pile of figures. Still,
I've got a Baroness here.
Oh, well, most of one.
Well, most of her, the rest of her parts over here. I'm gonna be doing her up as a Python Patrol Baroness just for funsies.
Nice. Actually, I grabbed the Origins Baroness last week. I'm pretty impressed with that figure. Or whatever the Snake Eyes, whatever.
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean. The movie one, basically.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a nice figure. I was actually just yesterday playing with it at my buddy's house because he had them all on the shelf nicely, and I took them all to the kitchen table and sat there posing them for while we hung out.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Eric? Nothing.
All right, now you gotta. Let's see here.
I'm gonna mute for a second here.
He was Ed Boulder when Hogan was wrestling as Terry Boulder, and then he became Dizzy Hogan when Hogan became Hulk Hogan. So yeah, he then there's Brutus Beefcake, and he has Bruce the Barber Beefcake. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't even just Brother Brudai, the Butcher, the Man with No Name, the Zodiac, the Booty Man, the Disciple. Well, okay, that go Wikipedia. He caused an anthrax scare at one of the Boston transit stations where he was working at the time because he left a bag of cocaine in the booth that he worked at the the transit station. So,
Woof. Kelly Worrell,
Wait.
have you guys heard of the green stuff? Yes.
He had the cocaine.
yes, he had a bag of cocaine in his booth at the transit. You know, I don't know if he was selling tickets or whatever. And then a passenger thought it was anthrax.
Like you do, like one does.
Well, you know, this is like early 2000s, so
The bag had a really long Pringles can beard, and they were just like, "Oh shit!" All the kids in the audience. Anthrax is also a band.
One of my favorite bands.
Kelly, we were talking about nice. We were talking about Brutus, the man more popularly known as Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Why? I'm not entirely sure, but it's working. It's fun.
How did that come up?
Well, you because somebody called you the barber.
Oh yeah.
That's what you're doing today here.
Oh, Tim Ranosaurus, I want to know if Eric has a George Perez Avenger armored Captain America and/or Amalgam Super Soldier on the docket.
I've been considering Super Soldier just because I love Superman. He's one of my favorite characters, and as is Cap, and I was a big fan of Amalgam as well. Like, it was so much fun and so ridiculous, and they really just kind of let the writers run wild, and it was very creative and fun because of that. When you say George Perez armor, do you mean the like knight armor, like the Morgan Le Fay?
I think it was Ron Garney, actually, or I guess he did that. The Perez Boutique run, they do the medieval time travel.
Yeah, it might be the medieval one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That would be a fun figure to make.
The armor cap was Dave Hoover, I think.
Was it?
I think you're right. That one's pretty crazy. It's weird because I'm kind of like, I have my main Steve, and I'm kind of not doing like every version of Steve as much as I'm doing one of each.
No, I think
shield wielder. Let's say
with Steve, the only real other version that I would feel like you would be warranted in doing would be Nomad.
Would be what?
Nomad.
I if they did an updated, really good original style World War II cap, I might get that. Like, I'd love to have a Cap and Bucky, like a classic style Cap and Bucky. That would be really cool. I'm shocked. I'm still completely shocked that Hasbro hasn't done an updated Bucky either in Marvel Legends like comic style or from First Avenger. Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah,
that is odd. That even with the 10th anniversary, you would figure he would have been on the short list.
Yeah,
it looks like a boss fight is happening. And he's done him a gun. Also, several people asking about Mr. Shiv, Matt.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Someday do it already.
Someday it'll happen. Yeah. Oh, somebody is suggesting the live action 70s Cap.
Oh, that'd be fun with the transparent shield and the helmet.
Yeah.
The like BMX helmet. Like, that'd be hilarious.
I'm surprised nobody's done, because it would be like pretty much the it would just fit on your standard Cap. That like transition thing he had right before he switched to the armor, where he had the weird harness with the shoulder pads. Like, that would be just an easy thing to do.
I was a really big fan of during the Ron Garney run, when he was like wearing he had like the bandana mask and just like all blue with the red gloves and boots. Like, that was really nice and simple. And I'm a huge fan of like the kind of 70s 80s style costume design. Like, that's kind of my jam. So like once they start adding pouches and all that stuff, I kind of my mind starts to wander away from
fair.
it.
I'm from all eras, so I don't necessarily mind that, but I can totally understand not being into that. I do still need to do a 90s Jack Monroe Nomad.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, that said, it's not like I haven't read like the Winter Soldier run, the Ed Brubaker run, and stuff like those costumes aren't going to keep me away from a great book. But as far as visuals go, like I would really like Cap to just be like I just recently got the 80th Cap. I paid a pretty penny for it, but I had to have it, and it's such a great figure. It's one of my favorites, but I really want him to re-release him with lighter blue. Like his blue is just so dark. Like
it's a very dark blue. I wouldn't mind that at all either if they did a lighter shade. It would look very nice. Being $20.99, I've got to look up now this Avengers #2 from the Music Perez run. I have that comic, but I want to see who's on it. Tyrannosaurus, yes, Dave and I were both at the first wrestling show on Sunday. And Eric, do you have a favorite original trilogy Star Wars costume? Neb Shapiro is curious.
Original trilogy Star Wars costume. It's an odd one because my favorite costume is only in the movie for about 10 seconds.
Wilro Hood?
He's less than 10 seconds.
No, that's right. Just my dreams.
My favorite original trilogy costume is actually Luke's ceremony costume at the end of New Hope. The brown pants with the yellow jacket and the black shirt.
Yep, it's solid. It holds up.
Luke's costumes have his costumes progress in such a way that it tells his story so well.
Oh yeah,
he's got that first kind of farm boy thing going where he's just in the white loose fitting tunic, and then he's hanging out with Han and stuff. So at the end of New Hope, he's kind of dressed like Han. He's got the jacket and the tighter pants with the big jack boots and stuff. And then in Empire, he's a general, so he's wearing something more utilitarian with all the pockets and all that layers and everything. And then in Return of the Jedi, you are supposed to kind of think he might go bad, so he's wearing the all black with the hood and all that stuff. So there's this nice storytelling with his costumes that I think is unintentional, but it worked really well.
No, that is. I love that look, and you're absolutely right that it tells the story. See, now I've got to think about what mine would be from the original trilogy.
I'm also a big fan of Bosk's design.
Bosk is amazing. I think he has the same basic outfit. There's the dude from the Cantina who's got just the space jumpsuit.
It's very similar. It's also the same. Actually, Bosk's outfit was pulled off the Doctor Who set. It's actually a costume from an episode of Doctor Who. But it's just so cool, with the yellows and the whites and it's just such a great costume. And then you kind of have that the visual of Bosk himself. Any of the Trandoshans or I don't remember what the other race is called that uses those same Trandoshan head masks. They're in the Cantina.
Oh yeah, I can't remember either, but yeah, I know who you're talking about. Let's see. What else we got going in the chat?
When we go on a commercial break, as much as it pains me, I won't be introduced to your cats again, which is my favorite thing ever in the world.
I do need to get them down here, or at least one of them. But
I love cats, everybody, just in case you don't know. I'll run up and get I'll grab that Captain America that we were talking about earlier, and my U.S. agent as well, and I'll show them off.
Do it. Sorry, I'm Dremeling.
Yeah, your Tyrannosaurus Lando's outfit is pretty killer.
Which one?
Lando.
Oh, he's great costume.
Yeah.
That cape.
Yeah, there's not many people who wear capes in that trilogy, but he's one of them. Well, and coming out of that era, I mean, slightly after that era, I suppose, because I'm a big fan of the blaxploitation genre.
Yeah.
And like, if you added like some clashing patterns to that outfit, like Dolomite would have worn that exact same thing, and that's pretty great.
This is true.
All right. Well, now I've opened
Oh.
my. See, now I've got you here, Dave.
Yeah.
You see that?
Oh, very nice.
Standing on its own. Dave didn't think I could do it.
I said I couldn't do it. There's a difference there.
You said you weren't going to do it. Now, I guess I'm somewhat cheating in that his hands are kind of holding the ankles, but there's your trick.
Ah, yes.
I think if you took the knee pads off or loosened them up somehow, it would work better. That's really what's killing it. Is because you can't get a good bend out of those legs.
Yeah, I slid mine down.
That's actually it was something we went back and forth on a lot when working on the Lucha line, and we kind of decided to try and incorporate the knee pads into the sculpt instead, so it didn't hinder articulation like that.
Yeah, no, that definitely that definitely holds up in your figures, man. Like, because I was futzing around with Phoenix earlier today because I was like, how can I make this in like with Jungle Boy? How can I figure this out?
And for the record, like, I don't think either approach is wrong. It just kind of we went with the elbow pads.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's.
I think I prefer to have the. I get why they probably did it. It's more versatile that way. You can not that many of them have bare knees, but if you need to go that route, it's like cool. We just don't include the.
Congratulations, Pale Aragorn.
Oh, very nice.
Got accepted into a new school yesterday. Hell yeah.
We just don't.
You got accepted where?
New school.
We didn't say where. You just want to.
Oh, nice.
But to
stay in school, kid.
It's like, great, but they do hinder the articulation. So I think I'd rather have them sculpted on personally.
I think visually it's really nice to kind of have that depth of them being separate. Like, so I get it. It's also always been done that way. Like, so I think Toy Biz did it both ways.
Yep.
They kind of bounced back and forth on it depending on what the character was, but.
Well, Jax switched to it partway through, didn't they?
Yeah, I think initially, like the bone crunching action figures certainly didn't have the separate knee pads and stuff, but the classic Superstars style did.
Yeah.
What was the one that was like real? It was like R3 or something. Is that what it was called?
Yes, I believe that was it. Dave would know for sure, but I think it was the R3.
That one had so much potential, and I think they just kind of fell into that rut where they couldn't do as many new bodies as they had hoped. Which I understand, like that's a huge undertaking financially for a toy company.
Oh yeah.
But initially, I thought that line was going to be really, really great. I know it's kind of the redheaded stepchild of the Jax lines nowadays, but
I mean, Classic Superstars is very much just an extension of that.
Yeah, they had the new bodies though, where they kind of didn't go into the.
Yeah.
They didn't do the scale anymore. Which I always thought that's my big thing is I want things to be at least approximate scale. Like things can't be exact. I understand that. But
no, I mean they've fallen down on it somewhat more lately from what I've heard. I mean, I'm no expert, but
for what?
The scale, like I know Mattel has kind of been dropping the ball a little bit more lately.
Yeah.
They've been very good about it. And then AEW for the most part has been good, but there's been some weird stuff too.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't
and that is going to
Jon
happen.
Moxley is that big, but yeah.
Who?
John Moxley.
Oh yeah, Moxley. There was another one that was like just the Phoenix has unbelievably long legs.
Dustin Runnels was like,
oh yeah,
like he was like 8 foot tall. If you
they corrected that with the second one. He's noticeably shorter.
Oh, did they make Dustin shorter in the second run?
Yep, the blue suit and face paint version is it. I think it's got different upper legs for sure. To reduce his height.
I cannot believe when he's out there in the ring how he can still go. Like I did not know.
It's insane
that he could do that as Goldust. He just never got that chance.
Well, he also
early on, obviously he did, but anymore
the way his body was at the time too. I mean, he's even talked about that where he's just like, no, like I'm the lightest and in best shape that I've ever been.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was doing freaking Canadian destroyers in his 40s.
Yeah.
It's like holy, Tyrannosaurus. Yes, I did back the New Gen ring. We'll see if I regret that.
Why would you regret it?
Did you get in with?
I just don't know where I'm going to put it. I'll have to get rid of my other real scale ring to make room for it.
Yeah, you only need one real scale ring.
It's true. I'm hoping that I can't remember if the interchangeable skirts got unlocked or not.
They did.
They did. Okay.
Everything got unlocked.
Yeah.
So it is going to make it.
I did get it on the.
Yeah, it already made it. It's
cool.
It made the stretch goal to Doink. It made the stretch goal to the aprons. So yeah.
And that was the only stretch goals. I'll be curious to see. I'm not worried about Galactus funding. I haven't gone in on it yet. I'm sure there's lots of people who haven't. It's been an expensive little while here, but I'm curious what stretch goals. It just seemed like the Sentinels, which makes sense because people wanted more than one, went a lot faster.
Yeah, no, for sure. Oh, he does credit DDP Yoga. Whoa. DDP Yoga is legit. It works wonders for me. Hell yeah. I wasn't going to go back it, but I already have every single Ultimate figure, and I can't miss out on those 3. That's fair.
It was. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go in. I just got to at least, whether it gets funded or not. I can't miss out on Savage for my Savage collection. So I did. Go in, but it's a much better value now than it was. I thought. And yes, it's a bummer it doesn't say WWF. I understand why it can't, but it's still just a shame. And everything is better and more popular with Macho Man Randy Savage, Old Man Hostown.
Yeah, putting him in it was a pretty genius move.
Oh no, it's like, all right, and then with the announce table and everything, I'm like, okay, this way, even if Doink doesn't get unlocked, it's still like worth it.
Yeah.
Up until that point, it's like, well, the ring isn't really the selling point for me, and I mean, I value that at about $100. So now, where's the other 150 coming from? It sure as hell isn't Ultimate Diesel.
Yeah.
And that entrance stage is super cool. Don't get me wrong. I like that a lot.
It's again, Diesel was just such a strange choice,
right? Even a reissue of one of the not Brett maybe, but like I think Michaels. He's had enough looks that they could have done a New Generation HBK. That would have done would have been cool.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I legit was contemplating about backing it, and I knew I didn't have the space and whatnot. I know a bunch of people that did, and I Matt, I'm very excited to see when you get yours because I will live vicariously through you.
Sometime in Yeah, 2 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up not backing it. I just couldn't justify the money, but
Yeah.
I do think it was really cool, and I'm really glad they did it.
Yeah, there's a lot coming at me
Just
right
throwing it
now.
out there. Eric Young without the beard while I'm still sanding it down, but the mustache. I'm like, that's not a bad Jesse Ventura head.
Terrible? No, I mean it's got a bit. It's also got a bit of Robert Remus to it.
Yeah. I could see that. I could see that. There's a damn air bubble in his beard, and so I'm trying to like work around it.
Actually, for now that I'm thinking about it, for a new generation Ultimates that they really, I think would have done better for me anyway than Diesel if they would have Yokozuna.
Yeah, Yokozuna would be dope. They have a new Yokozuna on the docket though, don't they? I thought they
They
showed
might.
one.
I don't know. I mean, I've got the last two they did, but I think he could have been interesting in the Ultimates format.
Yeah, I feel like that would have been too much tooling though.
Yeah.
Yeah, hard to reuse.
Right.
It's like, what other Ultimates are you going to make? An Ultimates Mabel? Like,
well, I'm surprised they made both Mabel and frickin' Viscera.
yeah. I think they got approval from his family, and they were like, "Let's do it now."
There's very little shared tooling between them either.
Yeah, I was disappointed we didn't get Mo. Man, you're gonna do Men on a Mission? Is it? It's not bearded Yoko, right? Hey, Shav, how's it going?
There's one that's got kind of a painted on beard. Yeah.
It blew my mind when I found out Sergeant Slaughter grew up in Minnesota. Hell yeah, AWA original.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Is it Robbinsdale? Somewhere around
Robbinsdale was big for wrestlers, that's for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of guys came out of that area. Well, what the hell? Did I get shorted? I might have gotten shorted a piece here. Well, god damn it.
Uh-oh. Who are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing these Nanif kits, and there's a piece that's got the bumpers and then some little bits for that create the hinges for the feet.
Mm.
And yeah, I don't appear to have been given that particular piece of the sprue, which is a bummer. So I will have to reach out. Just didn't make it in the bag, I assume.
Very frustrated. I forgot to get blades today, so I'm like down to one blade, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna make the most of it. But shit. He has such a weird shaped head.
Yeah, I do agree that Turbo V, there's a weird thing going on in Minnesota with some of that stuff. Wrestling and the geek stuff.
Yeah. I stand by like my thing of like Minnesota was wrestling's like secret garden.
Oh yeah, I mean definitely into the early 80s.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna mute again because I'm gonna drum. Shav Gold, what's everyone working on? Eric is working on Captain America's Aplenty. Matt is doing Transformers Sprue kits. I'm shaving down an Eric Young head. So yes, Boss Fight does have a Zorro figure. Has two Zorro figures, yeah?
Yes.
The single release in Tornado.
Many more coming.
Hell yeah.
I do need to get
that Horseman, not the Horseman.
Not Horseman.
The horse is
Horseman.
Toot sweet, my friend. I've been messing around with that one a lot.
The horses are excellent. I love them.
Thank you. Yeah, we Fred actually took like animal anatomy classes when he was sculpting those.
Damn. I guess do the research, pays off.
Yep. We are all about the research, actually.
Can't all, I saw some tweet, I want to say it was Erica Henderson was complaining about how cars are hard to draw, and she's like, and then Akira Toriyama had the best idea: just invent my own car to draw, so I don't have to worry about making it look like a real one.
Oh, I hate drawing cars.
I mean, that's a tough thing though, because you still have to be a good artist to sell it. Because as we've seen with a lot of artists, like, yeah, just because you want to draw a space gun doesn't mean it's actually going to look good, Mr. Leafield.
Sorry, had to Dremel more.
That's all right. Yeah, like there's I don't know. It's like the difference between freaking Otomo's future guns and Leafield's future guns. It's night and day. One looks like freaking ductwork, and so let me see if I can figure out how to do this without screwing it up. All right, so that needs to be this one.
I gotta say, the sculpting that they've been doing on a lot of the Marvel Legends hair recently is like some next level shit.
Oh, it's been nuts.
Yeah. Oh no, they've oh boy. They've really upped their game. Like
big time.
mean, female figures in general have gotten so much better over the last even 2 years even from Hasbro.
Yeah. Well, I have such a hard time when like the female figure is treated so like grotesquely and stuff. But yeah, lately they Marvel Legends have just been on fire. And like specifically I was looking at like the Polaris Havoc 2-pack, the Polaris her hair in that 2-pack.
Oh yeah.
Freaking amazing.
I will say, surprisingly, I thought that thing was going to be the most top-heavy hunk of plastic, and you can pose her pretty damn well.
Yeah,
because that's
welcome, Rob.
That's really a hard thing to
style.
It's a hard thing to get past because like our Steno has a real hard time standing because of all her snakes. Like she's got those big thick cobras and
You're talking about the snakes, right?
Yeah.
No, I had to pop the hair off of my Legends Misty Knight and hollow it out because she was so top heavy with that. And then what was the other? I Squirrel Girl won't stand without a stand because of the tail, which is a shame.
Yeah. The other one that floored me was the new Ironheart Rory.
Oh yeah,
her face sculpt and her hair is just gorgeous, like so good.
No, they did. I mean, that figure is just beautiful.
Yeah,
top to bottom. No, getting your Eligor and Gomery, Robert. Nice. Do love those figures.
Thank you. They're two of my favorite designs I've ever done.
You will not be disappointed with those figures for your first boss fight.
Very true.
I spent the last... Well, yeah, as anybody who watched last week knew, I was working on getting all my G.I. Joe vehicles sorted out and ready to sell. Which hopefully is the first step in actually getting a lot of my figures back out. That have been in storage for various reasons. So most of my 4-inch stuff has been, stored away. for lack of room, or lack of shelving. I guess I've got the room. I just don't have the shelves for it. So I need to get my boss fight hacks back out on display.
Ken C3, that is my Danhausen custom on his thumbnail. So I was joking around with Robo this afternoon because he said that it was from the Whoosh's Dave Wheeler, and I said, "Hey, Danhausen said it, so now it's official, right?"
Yeah. If
stay tuned.
Danhausen doesn't get to decide, who does?
Shh, don't
I
say
think
that.
it's the Fuchshausen.
Yes. I will show this off because this is another of the same head that
Nice.
we've been developing. This is my paint on there. So yeah, just stay tuned on that. So lots of exciting stuff going on. I never stand still. Eric knows.
There's so many good indie wrestlers right now that are just killing it, and a lot of them are slowly getting picked up and stuff like that. Like I was so excited when Shotzi Blackheart was picked up by WWE, seeing like Viperous over at AEW.
Yeah.
Danhausen's, it's got to be like it's got to be coming soon that he's going to end up on AEW or something.
Who?
Impact. Danhausen.
Oh yeah, right now he's on ROH.
Oh, is he? Okay. I
His
didn't
contract
realize
is
he was
ROH.
over there.
But yeah, I think he's poised to hit the next level.
Yeah,
for
he's
sure.
just right on that list. Jamie Senegal is like right up there. Like I think they're about to hit it too. Like it's just there's so many good ones out there right now.
Well, and it's an exciting time to be a wrestling fan. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Matt and I were at a wrestling show. Actually, Tim in the chat too was at a wrestling show just on Saturday, and Danhausen, All Ego, Ethan Page, and Effie were the three like big guy, big folks coming in, and that was hella fun. But that's like not putting anything short on the local scene and everything.
Yeah.
Like it was a killer show, top to bottom.
Well,
So,
and you didn't mention, even though I can see why you didn't, but we have to accept as Minnesotans that the world now has Dante.
yes.
He's not. We can't just claim him. It's not the days when we could see him wrestling in his mask in a freaking VFW in front of 15 people anymore.
Yeah,
No,
then
I think we've both had that experience.
Well, him and Darius, I mean, it's that
Oh
thing
yeah,
of it's so cool. Again, that's one reason why I really, really love AEW specifically is it's like, you see him giving these guys and gals the chance, like Bryce, being on screen every single week. You cannot tell me that there is a nicer person in the wrestling industry than Bryce freaking Remsburg. Like,
the other, I mean, as the amount of people that we've seen coming up locally who have been even just on Dark is bonkers.
Oh yeah.
So
Well, the cool thing is that's also, seeing people who have been at it for 15 years and at the same time also seeing people who have been at it for 2 years. Julia Hart, I think this is year 3 for her, and she's with the Varsity Blondes.
Yeah. She's got a contract.
Yeah, and killing it, And it's so cool. Like I remember I did the match card for one of her very first matches. And it's like, hey, hell yeah. Like, JDX on there, we got obviously Darius and Dante,
James Tapia, the frontman
Tapia.
I mean, Jossie is gonna get signed somewhere.
I could not stop laughing. He posted up a social media image and it said just dating around, and he was on like AEW one week, and then the next week he was on Impact.
Yeah. Like
him, I do remember Chad Gable wrestling in a tiny VFW. I remember seeing him at Battleground. Good times.
And I think I'm pretty sure we'll see. John's just been everywhere. Well, yeah, you don't have to worry about. And Panther 10, I am selling my collection to a local to Nerd Out, hopefully. So we'll see what happens there. If they give me a good price, then they'll be Nerd Out Mountain. You can go to one of their stores, probably the Rochester store, and buy a bunch of G.I. Joe vehicles that I touched.
That's such a creepy way of putting it.
You're so fine.
Go to Rochester, Minnesota. Buy the toys that match.
I want everybody in this chat. No, don't. But tell them that it's a value add.
Are these the Matt Lind collection? I must touch it. Pale Aragorn, how was spending time with Danhausen the other day, Dave? It was hella fun, and stay tuned to their YouTube channels because there's going to be some fun toy hunt stuff going on, and you might see a familiar face in them. I was actually going to try to make that my first vlog to post, and they got going and stuff, and I couldn't stop laughing, man. Like it was such a fun time. Him and Ego have such amazing chemistry. But yes, it is. It was hella fun. Stay tuned to All Ego's channel. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff over there. Same thing with Danhausen. Support some good people.
And
like, subscribe to Heel Turn and Tiny and Dave Wonder and everybody's channels. Shared loves.
And sorry, Tim. I've already got the meet scheduled for them to make me an offer, so I can't. But if they try and I'm not interested. If I don't end up selling, yeah, I'll definitely be trying to unload that stuff one way or the other. And now Davari going WWEs was a big one, but now we'll get to see him come back. I assume.
I think this is as good as it's gonna get.
That reminds me of somebody. I don't know who.
It's just the trick is his friggin' jaw is cocked because he has the So it's like he has a very symmetrical jawline, but when he's going, it's like, shit, I gotta cock everything off to the side now in order for it not to look weird.
So I've been selling stuff on Mercari.
Oh, how do you like that?
I'm digging it. You definitely don't get as much per item as you do on eBay because just there's fewer eyes on it. But I'm not selling this stuff for the money necessarily. I'm selling it just for like spending money.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this. Is it's like there's, I just don't. I don't have the room to display it. It's cool stuff. I ended up, deciding to keep more of it than I had intended just in going through it, at least temporarily. We'll see. But it wasn't like I was, I know I could sell it for more if I really put the work in, but I don't want to put the work in.
Yeah.
So, and Dave can't reveal what's going on with that Danhausen head yet, Tim, but stay tuned.
Indeed. It'll be very nice, very evil. More so than nice, though. Oh my goodness! You know what? You're right, everybody. It is that time. We're at the top of the hour, folks. It's time for the greatest ad in all of streaming from one of our favorite teams of people, I should say. That's Enhancement Talent Clothing and Gear. So without further ado, enjoy.
Do you feel like a champion? Do you worry that you don't look like a champion? Try Enhancement Talent Clothing and Gear. At our state-of-the-art facility, you'll find wall art. Not one, not two, but a spectacular 3 cats. This thing. Top-of-the-line sewing equipment that Enhancement Talent has used to make Enhancement Talent Clothing and Gear. Let us take you to the top of the card.
Oh shit! We made Eric faint. He's just gone. He's on the floor. He just
handle it. Yeah. Enhancement Talent Mania is running wild.
Hell yeah!
And I've also made a
Oh God, how
Um,
far down is your floor, Eric?
Yeah, that chair is just on like a 30-foot pole.
Yeah.
He sits up there like a 1920s frat kid, just eating goldfish and sitting on flagpole.
I think I'm gonna, because that's a pretty good profile for his head.
Yeah. Yes, you may have a chance, Tyrannosaurus, to commission a house guide.
Indeed. Rumor on the street is Dave is going to start on enhancement gear once he's reached 1,000 subs. Hey man, I would gladly wear gear from Enhancement Talent. They're good people. I'm just saying. Oh, Matt, you're here. Sorry, I didn't see you there.
Okay, I'm back. I did not beat the commercial though. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
That's okay.
You know what? If we can reach 1,000 followers, very nice. I had a grab. If we can reach 1,000 followers on the Dave Wonder channel, the Heel Turn channel, or the YouTube channel of either, I will commission a pair of tights from Enhancement Talent Clothing and Gear and wear it for a show. I will do it.
I mean, we could make you something that you might actually wear more often than that too.
I mean, dude, if I had a pair of wrestling tights, you'd be surprised at how often I'd wear those out in public. It's like, hey, gotta go to Target.
Keep that between you and mine. It's fine. We did see. We went to Pro Wrestling Battleground on Saturday, which was great because we got to see Big Calyx. It was wonderful.
Yeah, Calyx.
But I was like, oh, hey, Erik Cannon's on this. Isn't he supposed to be on AWF today? And it's like, oh, yep, he is. So he was in the opening match, and then he drove an hour and 15 minutes to be on a show, elsewhere. Yep. And he did tweet about having how weird it is to drive in his boots and gear, which I imagine it would be.
Indeed.
I don't wear wrestling gear, but I think it would be weird to drive in. Yeah, see, I don't know. This is interesting. Work on this.
Must be a new TMNT Target exclusive because Wheeler is here again in the wrestling tights. Man, I'd be okay with that. It's just, hey, everybody, get away from those figures. Oh, I got tights, man. I got tights. Erik Cannon is so incredibly cool. I want him to do a podcast or a shoot series because of how many stories that dude has. He has quite a few.
He's definitely lived a life. If you want some excellent shoot stories about Erik Cannon, I highly recommend you check out Heel Turn Radio's interviews with Darren Corbin.
With Darren Corbin, with Super Thunder Frog.
Yes.
You name it. Oh, man. Okay. Up next is... You know what? I'm going to do Davari next. I'm going to take off the hair off that man. Here we go.
Oh.
Time to Dremel.
Time for a Dremeling. All right, let's see here. I should probably actually customize a little bit tonight.
And muting in 3, 2. Where can I find these series? You can find them. Search wherever you listen to your podcast, Heel Turn Radio.
I believe also heelturnradio.com.
Yes. Hold on.
We have some excellent interviews with the local talent.
I would love a Heel Turn versus Tiny Meng episode of Tiny Meng with King Ginger and the Beard. Wait, so it would be King Ginger and the Beard versus Matt and I? I mean...
Oh, we're fucked then.
Wait, is this a podcast match? Like, are we going to have to throw, like, microphones at each other? What?
They would just, I mean...
If it's a challenge of customizing, Matt and I got this one in the bag, baby.
Yeah, no, if it was an actual wrestling match, so just size and weight advantage. They're just going to hit us with the freaking Doomsday device. And...
Oh, God. Is it weird that I would still mark out for that? Yes, but definitely check out Heel Turn Radio. It's all local right here in the Minnesota scene.
If you like the Minnesota indie wrestling, you could do a lot worse.
And if you start from episode 1, it's absolute garbage because it actually started as myself, King Ginger, the Beard, which is my brother, a bunch of our other friends sitting in Ben's basement making predictions on who is going to win for pay-per-views. and it is a cluster.
Yeah, never start with the first episode of any podcast. I think.
There was like 30 of those though. It's fantastic.
And I'm trying to think. They've got. I want to say who's. I think Devon Monroe is their guest this week.
Yes.
And I know Josh C has been rescheduled to come up soon. I can't remember who else they've got on the docket, but there's all kinds of cool cats from the local wrestling scene.
Yeah. And Tim, I'm on for quite a few episodes. I've been on as a guest. But yeah, when it started, it was just a bunch of us being jackasses in a basement. So.
And yet you didn't just call it Jackasses in a Basement.
No. However, I do have the consortium of jackasses at my will. Hello. Okay, I have to find a picture.
You have to draw.
John Devari. Oh, the OG COJ. Pretty much. COJ, see? I told you. Consortium of jackasses. Yes. I'm going to make a shirt of just me going, to the consortium of jackasses, and no one will buy it. That Riley Jackson dude reminds me of Dolph Ziggler. Dude, Riley's solid, man. Oh, don't like that. Looked at the Heel Turn Radio YouTube, and my name is in a few thumbnails. Well, yeah, Mitch, you're on Heel Turn right now, Mitch. This is broadcasting live to the world from the Heel Turn Radio Twitch channel, the Dave Wonder Twitch channel, and the Dave Wonder YouTube channel. So when in doubt, check it out. We've shortened it to COJ. I know, but COJ, just the consortium of jackasses, just kind of is very lyrical.
Yes, it is. I agree.
Whoa.
Oh, that's beauty.
I like it.
Look at that pretty.
The figures weren't bad either. Hey, all right. You dressed like Lord Helmet, and I'm surrounded by jackasses. Oh, you ended up painting it blue. I thought you were going to leave his helmet red, or his head covering red.
The bandana?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything on mine.
Oh.
Yeah, yours was red and yours was blue, and I kind of I kind of looked, and it's his son that usually is portrayed with the red.
Mm-hmm. I think so. Yeah, I was just going off like that one panel.
Yeah, their costumes and their looks are all over the place.
Oh, it's all over the place in the same issue.
Yeah. So
I wonder if that was intentional on his part, because that was very much the way it was in the Golden Age. Might have been. This character's coloring is going to change drastically from page to page.
I gotta put this out there. So I looked up a picture of Sean Devari. I'm looking at his head right now, right? The original Devari figure.
Yes.
This picture is horrifying, and I want to print it out and just put it like on the back of every stall door. I'm sorry, but it like that was the first image that popped up. Like, oh my.
I was reading an article about it on WrestleCrap, and Impact tried to do like a spin-off, like automotive themed wrestling show.
Really?
Yeah, for like some car cable channel, and I think they did like one taping, so they got a handful of episodes out of it, and it was like a bunch of Impact guys all working under different gimmicks that were vaguely like vehicle themed. So it was like RPM and turbo and whatever. And it was bad, but Devari was on there. I can't remember who else showed up, but it's like just a weird, like, this will totally work. We'll just have a car race themed wrestling promotion. Sure.
When you were saying car-themed wrestling, I just pictured like cars like trying to flip each other, and I was like, that would
probably be awesome.
I don't get it.
Or if it was just the giant in his monster truck.
Was Couch Talk on here, or was that on a Let's Talk Toys? I can't remember. There was one random one where I mentioned that we got a new couch, and they somehow, like, the COJ ended up finding the couch I bought. It was flipping crazy.
That's disturbing.
Yeah. Like that Twisted Metal WWE game. Hell yeah.
And yes, Turbo V21 Demolition Derby is car wrestling. Only without the over-the-top characters. I assume, I guess. I haven't been to Demolition Derby in quite some time. Also, I think I'm going to have to leave Hangman's bandana on. Focus. It's not great. And it's very glossy. He has a very shiny beard. So, anyway. Ugh. All right. What do we got going on? Fanplastic 4, Transformers Wrestling Line. Yeah. I don't know how that would work. So you're thinking wrestlers, Transformers as wrestlers as Transformers. Because that like Marvel Transformers line never did a ton for me. But
I got a piece of my damn it.
Yeah, what's going on there?
One errant piece flew up. Oh, it was on Let's Talk Toys. Right on. Would you have loved to see Dusty Rhodes managing a wrestling Ford Thunder? I mean, yeah.
I mean, I would watch Dusty Rhodes manage a wet paper sack, and he would make it entertaining. Oh. All right, what do we got going on here? Oh, Pale Aragorn. That's a good one. Okay. I've got I'll save mine for last. What is everybody's worst super glue accident?
Huh?
What's your worst super glue accident, Dave?
Ooh, okay. So this one time, no, it happened actually that I set my super glue bottle down like on the table, and I don't know if there was like a screw or something that was on the table, but it punctured the bottom without me knowing it. And I went like this, and I set my arm down because I was holding a figure and dremeling, and my entire elbow got super glued to my workbench. And yeah, like legit, I remember like all of a sudden my elbow got really hot, and I went to move it, and it was just set up enough that like I couldn't get it. And I remember I just went like this, and I took my other hand, went like this, and just pried my arm off. Oh my God, it hurt so bad. And like oh yeah, it was really gross. There was a piece of me on that workbench until I sanded it down. It was gross.
All right, what about you, Eric?
Let's just say never leave lube and super glue in the same drawer.
Oh no.
That's not true.
And so Vitruvian hacks were born. Okay. There was another one. God damn it!
Speaking of lube,
no. It was when I was in sculpture class. I minored in sculpture. I didn't end up achieving said minor because they moved the last class I needed to Atlanta. But one of the teachers was talking about PVA glue, and then he was also talking about epoxies. And he just grabbed the wrong bottle and like legit was just like, see, PVA glue, you can go like this and it'll just peel right off. And he went,
oh no,
snap on, and I can't remember, it was something that was on like the desk, like it was just like a substrate or something that was on the desk. And he went, I'll be right back. And, like, just very quickly ran out the door, and we were just like, what happened? And my buddy's like, I think he epoxied that to his hand. I'm like, oh no. And he came back, he had his hand wrapped with a towel, and we're like, oh no, it was brutal. Okay, back to Dremeling. Ha ha!
I had a thing of super glue, and I was trying to get it to just use the super glue, and it was obviously had hardened up in the tube, so it wasn't working. Actually, it was the end of the tube, but I already squeezed it, and I'm like, oh, it's just got that kind of like plug on the top that builds up sometimes. Yeah. So like an idiot, I'm like, well, I'll just pop that off with my teeth. So I put the super glue, and I went, and it just blasted super glue into my mouth, which wasn't. I mean, it sucked. It sucked. But if you ever tried to get super glue, if you ever get super glue like wet, it pretty much just sets up without actually attaching. So I just had like this layer of dried super glue that I had to pick out of my mouth.
Oh, I remember when I was in I was pretty young, and I remember my friend chipped his tooth, and I was like, you could just super glue it back on. He's like, really? And I'm like, I don't know. But like we legit sat there for a good minute going, well, we have it. Like we have both pieces. And like that moment of going, oh shit, like we could have done something absolutely
very bad.
Yeah.
Well, super glue was actually invented to
suture
seal wounds.
Yeah. It was a liquid suture.
Yeah.
Which I actually use super glue more often for that.
I have done that before. I've done that often myself, yes.
I remember, actually, I still have a scar from it. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's right there. I was chiseling. I was actually carving a block of plaster, and I went, bam, and just went, zoop, and I reached my hand over, grabbed it, and I went like this, and just went, whoop, and I took the V-shaped piece of flesh that was on my chisel and just pushed it back in. And we just said, I gotta go wrap up my hand, and I did. No blood, not a single bit of blood, and I'm just like, it had healed up in just a couple weeks, which is pretty good considering the amount of flesh I had in my hand.
Oof. Oh.
Reminds me that the chainsaw was invented as a medical device.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, back to that show. It was my first time seeing Brooke Valentine. Dude, Brooke Valentine's a badass.
Yeah, she's destined for big things.
Indeed. She actually cool story. She actually has a shirt coming out that I drew that I'm very, very excited for. So
that's cool.
it was such a cool thing to work with her because she's an astoundingly cool person.
Yes, we are also hoping to work with her at some point in the future.
Hell yeah. The real queen bee.
And yes, I am a big supporter of Badger Briggs, but that match that she put on with, I wish I could remember her name. Ooh boy, that was good stuff.
Are you guys at all following MLW?
I've been keeping an eye on it, obviously, because of the Lucha Underground, Azteca Underground thing.
Yeah, the Azteca Underground stuff I think is going to be really exciting.
Yeah, I haven't seen that really do anything yet, but I'm very curious to see what it does.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun.
Because I'm trying to remember who all they've got on their roster for. Well, I think they've got a deal with with CMLL probably.
I'm actually not sure. I think they definitely have a deal with somebody. But yeah, they're
players working with New Japan and AEW to a degree.
Yeah.
It does tend to be a little bit different down there as far as the exclusivity. Such.
Oh, night, Ken. Have a good one, man.
Thanks for joining us, Ken.
What were you saying?
Do you know which Lucha promotion MLW has a deal with, or if it's anybody? Or
I thought they had a deal with CMLL.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Are they because they well, I don't know if it's like a permanent deal or anything. I mean, but
I
think
would
that's where
assume
they had
not.
it.
No.
I mean, it's wrestling, so
Well, yeah.
As permanent as anything could be.
the forbidden door was open for a minute.
So I was going to say they've got Delay Park, and I know he's CMLL.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That-
they have all the La Parks.
I saw that freaking canceled unreleased wrestling figures on Instagram.
Oh,
That canceled La Parka Playmates. I was like, oh god damn it!
so
I didn't know
nice.
that-
So nice.
I didn't know that thing existed, or maybe it was going to exist, and now it doesn't, and it hurts so bad.
That whole line, man, like
I almost
think-
bought a bunch of them at the time because I was like, I could use these, and I wish I had.
those figures are fucking pricey now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Some are really up there. And they're really nice. They really fit in really well with the superstars
Yeah.
from Jax.
yeah.
For the guy, I know there's like a huge collector market for those.
So who's excited for Friday? Dude, Friday's Rampage is going to be insane. I'm actually on Friday. I'm actually excited to check out the Impact pay-per-view because it has a dream match of mine on there. The former Kurt Hawkins, Brian Myers, going for the championship against Christian Cage.
Oh, that should be really good.
And I'm like, oh shit. Like,
I know I'm in the minority on this, but Edge never clicked with me.
Oh, that's blasphemy in Dave's house.
oh, dude,
yeah,
but
Christian
Christian, man.
did.
I have the TNA Instant Classic shirt. I have his Captain Charisma one with the hand symbol. I actually have that one signed by both Edge and Christian because I wore it to a random WWE event. No, it was a house show in Savannah, Georgia, and we went for my friend's bachelor party.
Nice.
And he's a huge Edge mark. James Hornsby, who's actually been on Heel Turn Radio a couple times, fantastic cartoonist, did a webcomic called Botch Spot. Highly recommend you check it out. Yeah, I knew that they would come out where they would be coming out and stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go wait. And hopefully I can maybe get him to say like happy marriage or something like that in a phone. We'll see. I'll give it a go. Worst comes to worst, maybe I can get an autograph or something. And I waited and waited and waited, and out they came. And I got him to say a couple words in the phone, and then I was like, "Can you guys sign this?" And they're like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, please." Like, that's such a little stupid little mark. It was fantastic. For some reason, I always like the Dudley Boys out of all the tag teams. Hey, man, nothing wrong with that.
Is that the shirt that they signed, the black shirt that they signed in black Sharpie?
No. That was the first Edge shirt. It says everybody has a little edge in them, and it has Edge's face on like a staticky TV, and then on the back it says "How sharp is your edge?" And I had a black Sharpie, and I didn't even think about it because I was a little kid. I went to go to the bathroom, came back, and they were coming in from the crowd, and I was like, "Can you sign this?" And they're like, "Yeah." And instead of signing it like on the plasticky paint part, they signed it in black Sharpie on a black T-shirt. I still have that shirt, and I've had it long enough. The black is now gray, and you can vaguely make out that there's some scribbles on it. Good times. I was a dumbass. Back to Dremeling.
All right. Realizing I probably should have done the Dremel work on this before I painted it, but oh well.
So
Eventually going to be Patriot,
nice.
original one.
Yeah. A couple of weeks, I don't know, a couple of months back, probably now, I was working on a Night Creeper leader one night while we were on here. I thought I'd show him off.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's friggin' gorgeous. Night Creeper leader. Yeah, baby. them.
I love
Zubaz.
this bright colored Ninja Force deco.
Yeah, that one, that's my preferred look for him. I did a custom when, back when in the Night Creeper colors, which I thought also worked fairly well on that mold. But the one the purple and gold one, that look never really did it for me. I don't know what they were trying to do with that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I like both, but in the end, just there's something about orange, bright orange, and black tiger stripes, and
Hits you right in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yes.
Back when you'd buy a toy that was labeled like Night Creeper in fluorescent orange and you never batted an eye.
Nope.
You're just like, hell yeah. Because I remember seeing those and thinking to myself, if that dude can sneak up on me, he's the most badass.
And for some reason, he wore a blindfold.
Yeah.
He's that badass.
There's no explanation for that on his file card. In fact, his file card is mostly just the Night Creeper file card with a couple of extra sentences in it.
As you do.
Well, it's interesting too, because that was in the era where they would, have the little, fly out on every little piece of sculpted detail on the figure. It'd be like, oh no, that isn't just like a pouch. It's a XML 325C, tactical whatever pouch. They talk about like, soft sole, real grip ninja boots.
Yeah, it was
like,
really,
no, those are shoes, man. They just sculpted shoes. They're fine. And yes, Mitch Falcon, I love those. I love the Ninja Force Night Creepers, and I'm sad they didn't actually come with the capes that they had originally planned for those.
Those are my favorite Night Creepers. The Ninja Force ones, especially when you look at their original designs and stuff like that. Like, they're so cool looking.
Yeah, I'm bummed that they never did a modern version of those. I ended up building a fairly sizable roster of the blue and gray ones. I can't remember, those in a 2-pack, I think.
Oh yeah, the Walmart 2-pack that came with a Tunnel Rat, maybe? Gung Ho?
Probably. I think it was Tunnel Rat, because I know I had way more of those than I was ever going to use for customs.
Yeah.
I can't remember who came with Gung Ho, but Monkey Wrench maybe?
Might have been.
Anyway, yeah, I got a bunch of those 2-packs because I do love that look for the Night Creepers. But yes,
I feel like such a dumbass. You said Monkey Wrench. I'm like, the Foo Fighters song?
No,
I know.
Dreadnought, Philistine.
Man, this head is like, this Davari head is actually coming out really nice, except there's like a weird, I don't know if it's like a soft spot, but it like caved in on the back of his head. So it's like, that's, it's good looking shaved Davari.
Yeah, I think that works.
But it's like womp, like you can kind of see it there. It's like just one spot, and it's like it's squishy.
Oh,
like
his skull didn't heal together right.
I guess.
I mean, that's why Jackie Chan wore his hair all floofy for such a long time. So he had a big freaking dent in his skull.
Yeah, penny-sized hole.
Did he really?
Yep.
You can see where it happens too.
Yeah.
Because it was just he was literally like, he jumped off of a balcony, grabbed a tree, and like lost his grip and fell and nailed the back of his head on a root.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So like, that was the thing. That almost killed him. It feels like that's the kind of thing he just does to like get out of bed in the morning. It's not, oh yeah, he jumped across a freaking alley and dropped 4 stories. He was fine after that.
Even more reason why I love Jackie Chan.
Right?
Oh no, he did insane shit just to do it. In Drunken Master 2, there's that bit where they're having the fight in the market.
Yeah.
And he eats a bunch of hot peppers and spits the juice on his hands to make his punches more powerful. against the guy he's fighting. So sound logic there. And movies, however, don't have smell or taste. So we probably wouldn't have noticed if he didn't use real hot peppers, but he did. He just ate a giant mouthful full of the hottest peppers he could find. He immediately regretted it. You can see it in the film. And then finished his fight scene.
It's because Jackie Chan's fucking awesome. It's a self-destruct button, Dave.
No,
it is not.
I want to say it's also Drunken Master 2, where he has the fight on the hot coals, which were also real hot coals.
Is that 2?
I think it is. Because it's like that rope factory thing, maybe? I can't remember. It's either Drunken Master 2 or one of the Project A's.
I have to watch more Jackie Chan stuff.
Oh, hell yes, you do.
I love all the stuff I've seen that he's done, but I've never delved into his like old Hong Kong movies and stuff.
Oh, everything he did in the 90s or 80s and 90s not 80s, there's some lower spots. But yeah, you can't go wrong with Police Story. Project A1 and 2 are great. Operation Condor, which was Armor of the Gods over there. They swapped the first movie and the sequel when they brought them over here. We got Operation Condor first, which was Armor of the Gods 2. And then they released Armor of the Gods as Operation Condor 2. So
as you do.
Mr. Nice Guy.
I have not seen it yet. I really want to check it out, though. Where Jackie Chan faces.
Oh, that Iron Mask or whatever. Iron Mask. Yeah, I've been eyeing that. I haven't seen it yet either. And then one that kind of I don't hear people talk about maybe as much as they should. Meals on Wheels, which is an early 80s one. And it's Jackie and I can't remember who his main co-star is in it, but it's also got Sammo Hung in a prominent role.
Nice.
And it takes place in Italy, I think, and they're running like a food van. And it's awesome, and they fight actual Brazilian martial arts star Benny the Jet Urquidez.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, don't stop me on Jackie Chan because I'll just keep going. Love me some Jackie Chan. Oh dear. Nope. Yep, I'll be repainting this a few times. It's not on there very good.
So you said earlier that Arya Davari just went to WWE. Wasn't he already there?
No, this was a while ago.
Oh, okay.
But that was a big deal for the local scene because that's where he had, kind of started out. And then now I'm sure he'll be back on the indie scene because he got released not too long ago.
That's too bad. He's a really great wrestler.
He is. I mean, it's a shame, but it'll be nice, at least to see him back on the indies, and doing some cool stuff because he still lives here. So. And yes, Chavo Rumble in the Bronx is as close to a perfect film as you'll find. Whoa. I did not know that, Pantherton. I don't know what the Martial Arts Club YouTube channel is, but I think it's cool that somebody in that who did that is in Shang-Chi, which I'm very much looking forward to.
Oh, that looks it's looking really good. I don't have the mental capacity to sit in a movie theater yet.
We went and saw Black Widow at one of the local theaters, but that was kind of before Delta really went crazy. So we watched we watched Suicide Squad at home or with some friends at their place. We'll see what we do for Shang-Chi. Well, I guess we'll see where things are at because that doesn't come out for a little while yet.
Yeah, we watched Black Widow at home, but we went and saw In the Heights in the movie theater. But no one was going to be in the Heights, so
I was kind of like, well, I probably would be safe if I went and saw Snake Eyes Origins.
yeah.
I also don't. I'm not interested enough to go see it by myself because Danny.
I'll go see it with you.
No interest in that. I doubt it's even in theaters anymore.
Is it?
I don't know.
Already?
It just came out on digital, so
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it did not do well.
new.
It would have been an uphill battle even if the world had not been in a pandemic, but that definitely did not help. It bombed pretty hard. And no, Neb Shapiro, I don't think there is any logic in Vince's decision-making process.
In Vince's decision to what?
Vince McMahon's decision-making process.
Oh, God, no.
I don't know what drives him, what factors he considers.
What do you mean we didn't come up with the gimmick? He's fired.
I don't know why you write get new music commissioned and do a bunch of vignettes to kind of bring Aleister Black back out and then let him go, and also miss that you left only a 30-day non-compete on his contract instead of the standard 90.
Yeah, that shit was just funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it really
That
is.
was hilarious to me, and it's like, yeah, good. Go. Tommy
He's
End
going to do so much better over to AEW. Like,
go kill it wherever he's at. Yeah.
I wish Thea had gone with him.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it's going to be too long. Well, I'll be curious. I don't think she's got any interest in leaving, but I know Vince is vindictive. It was interesting to me, with
Charlotte and Andrade.
Yeah, Rick down in Charlotte down in Mexico there.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's not that big a deal, all things considered, because I like Adam Cole's backstage a lot at AEW and whatnot, but still, seems Vince is a weird dude.
He's vindictive against some people, but not everybody.
Yeah.
Whoa, I'm getting some wicked reverb. What the fuck? After watching the new trailer, apparently I've been mispronouncing Shang-Chi and Shang-Chi wrong the entire time. Oh, huh.
See, I've always said Shang, but that's probably wrong.
I will say the main reason why I started saying it the other way was I brought a comic into Chinese class in like was it middle school? Maybe it was high school, and I showed it off, and I was like, "Hey, this is really cool. There's, this Chinese character that's been around for a long time, and he was starting to kind of have a second life again." And I said Shang-Chi, and they said it was Shang-Chi. I'm like, "Oh, okay." But I yield the floor. You're from Shanghai, so you win. Jozo, you ever want to have a trip, say Shanghai instead of Shanghai to someone, and then they go, "Why you say it that way?" I'm like, "Because that's how it's supposed to be said." Surprise! But, oh man, got stupid dust in my eyelashes.
Oh no! Wearing your goggles.
I broke them. Well, okay. Technically, Stormy broke them. I had them on their usual hanging hook, and Stormy came in and bopped them off, and then landed on them in one fall swoop. It was just like, well, had a good run. I'll have to go to the dollar store again now.
What was the other comment? Oh yeah, that was what threw me off, and I can't remember if the creator So that's not ever how I pronounce it. But when they were calling Monica Rambeau, I'm like, is that how that's supposed to be pronounced? Okay. Because I never said Rambo.
How did you say Rambo?
Like
Rambo? Rambi?
Yeah, it was just the emphasis. I put the emphasis on a different syllable.
No, I was just curious. Like I actually
they were saying it like John J. Rambo, you know.
No, Panther
First
10.
blood.
I do not feel like eating a slice of cake right now. Damn it. I eat one slice of cake on one stream.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, I thought more Rambo.
The only reason that I knew, the reason I pronounced it that way was because there was a Jenny Rembo in my high school class.
Oh, okay. Well, obviously, I'll bow to the most popular piece of fiction containing the character. Mm-hmm. It sounded weird to me every time they said it.
Stormy can do no wrong, sir. I didn't say she did wrong. I said she smashed my damn glasses. I calls them like I sees them.
Suppose it's like all the different ways that they pronounced Mr. Mixie Spitlick's name over the decades.
Yeah, I just say Mixie.
avoid the controversy. Yes.
Yep. Like, yeah, no, Mr. Mixie. Yeah, no, I know Mr. Mixie. Everyone
back through the
like a fat kid. Okay.
90s and back through the 90s and early 2000s, I always said Magneto just to drive people insane.
There was a whole bit when Christopher Priest was writing Deadpool where they were arguing about that because he had ended up in a roommate situation with the Constrictor and Titania. And they were locked in tubes, which they were dismayed about. They're like, why do these guys always have tubes? It's weird. But anyway, so they're stuck in tubes, and they were arguing about how to pronounce Magneto. Like, well, it's like Demi Moore. Like, well, I've never heard of a semi truck.
Yeah. I do remember the the 60s kind of motion comic-y cartoons.
Oh yeah, Magneto.
And they had that one up in Aurora at the Takora where you could rent videos. And I remember being at my Aunt Barb's, and this is in the 90s, so like I've seen the 90s X-Men cartoon. I had seen Pride of the X-Men. I had been reading comics.
Magneto's hordes are on the way to pillage, burn, and plunder.
And legit right out the gate, it's just like, behold the might of Magneto. And I was like, the hell is this?
The voice acting on those shows was insane, too.
Oh, so good.
And yes, it ended up being Copycat in the end, Michelle.
Oh, are you talking about the Domino and
Priest? Yeah. Titania ended up being Copycat.
Yes.
Yeah, like the Hanna-Barbera Fantastic Four cartoon.
Oh God,
this stuff is insane.
Thing ring, do your thing.
Oh God,
ring, do your thing. That's the one that I always remembered.
Did you just rhyme thing with thing? No. Well, I'm trying to remember what maybe it was Family Guy or something, and they were messing around with that. And they're just like, "You're a liar, Dave." It's like, oh.
Oh,
I don't know. 60s Spider-Man still takes the cake for me as far as like those shows that you watch and you go, the hell was that? Like, yes, I am mild-mannered teenager Peter Parker, and I am definitely not Spider-Man. Spider-Man sounds like this, and I sound like this. Like, what? What's happening?
That would be another. I know he popped up into the Spider-Verse or in the Spider-Verse comics.
Yeah.
The Gantry Lawrence Spider-Man 67, but it would be amazing if they did that in one of the movies and he had the voice and everybody was just like, what the hell?
He technically pops up into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
and
doesn't really do much, but
No.
him and Spider-Man, those would be the two big ones for me.
Dude, I want Nicholas Hammond.
Yeah. That'd be something. He should be in No Way Home.
Oh God. Don't tease me, man.
Is Nicholas Hammond still alive?
Yeah. He
All
does
right.
like a shitload of signings in like Australia Comic Cons.
All right.
Is
Is Peter Hooten still alive?
No.
Ah, damn. Because if they were to get Nicholas Hammond and Peter Hooten to reprise their roles as Spider-Man and Doctor Strange,
that'd be good.
Oh, maybe Peter Woon. No.
Here's a
that's
U.S.
awesome.
agent on the cat body.
That is very, very good.
Oh shit. That's sexy.
And Luca rocks. Galactus will get funded. I have no doubt.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it will.
It is going slower than I anticipated.
It was Ralph Bakshi left alone with no money. It could have been weirder. True. Nicholas Hammond is pretty old.
Yes. Let's see here.
I was like, we have the technology.
Hooten may be alive. His Wikipedia page is actually fairly light.
No, he's still alive.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man. You're still alive. He's 70 years old. Nicholas Hammond, 71.
See? Yeah, get freaking Disney, make this happen.
I have Nicholas Hammond right behind me. He's shown prominently in the background.
Well, and the actor who played Spider-Man is still kicking too. So just throw all three of them in No Way Home. Oh God.
Oh my. Oh God.
Uh-oh.
Neb, shoot me that link on the social medias. Because I cannot click the link in
I'm
here.
gonna look it up right now. Tech Kaiser Leopardon. Okay, so it's a little stylized.
Shoot the link in the private chat, if you could. Then I can pull it up on the screen and then scream like little.
I don't know what the scale is going to be.
Bloop. Sweet, sassy molassy. That's a nice.
It is nice.
Flame toys, eh? All right. All right. You got my attention and my curiosity.
Where is this from?
It's like a Flame Toys Transformers.
Yeah. Okay, that was like yesterday. Oh, all right. Oh, let me check out this interview. I can't read Japanese. But... yeah, some of the Flame Toy stuff has been pretty cool. I mean, I haven't bought any of it, but the stuff they've been doing with Transformers has been nifty. I want transforming Transformers, so it's not really up my alley, but they look cool. Look at all these pictures.
Dang it.
Leopardo. Okay.
That's really. Just slide these in with the Mech TMNT stuff. Oh, man.
Oh,
I actually haven't seen anything
so
pop up
beautiful
on those in a bit.
No, they kind of dropped off the map.
So I was keeping an eye out for that stuff for a good minute, and then it was just like, nope.
Yeah, they seem pretty far along too.
Yeah. What? There's another air bubble in this dude's head. Well, like that's happened on 2 or 3 casts that I've worked on from Mattel. and it's super
Oh.
frustrating because it's like all of a sudden it's like, oh, random soft spot.
Yeah, that's annoying, to say the least.
Also, this Aiden English, they like gouged some of the sculpt. And so like the lines were super deep, and it's like, man, I don't want to go that deep on the the head cast. Neb, I appreciate it. And I'm proud to be associated with Spider-Man in your mind.
In the minds of the populace. Yeah.
Has Aiden English ended up anywhere?
Impact. He is the drama king. Matt, and then it's his real name, Matt
something. Because he's married to Shaul Guerrero, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
I also think he was doing. I know he did it on at least one of their streams.
Matt Rewalt.
Yeah. Yep. He was doing English commentary for New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
For at least one of their.
He was really good on commentary.
He's a fantastic mouth. Like,
yeah.
And I'm glad that he found a home in Impact, because I was like, man, why the hell are they releasing this dude?
Yeah, I thought that was a bad move. I mean, I think that about almost all the releases, though. Like,
he's not big. Isn't that, you know?
Yeah, but in a commentary role, it didn't matter, you know.
Yeah.
Like, that was my thing. Is it's just like, but.
There.
Good night, Pale Aragorn. Have a good one, man.
Good night. And being $20.99, if they only hit 13,998 backers for Galactus, I bet they just fudge it.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to not take the money if they get that close. Or some retailer will come in at the last second and just be like, all right, I'll get 2 more because I know I can sell them for 3 times the price.
Yeah.
In a year. Which does, I mean, as a two online person, I am, you know, every now and then I'll be very surprised. Like, somebody will be like, hey, is there any way to, you know, is there any place I can pre-order those Sentinels that are coming out? It's like, no.
Yeah.
Those are
Luca, you might want to check for your mecha. You might want to check. There's a couple of places out there that have that type of stuff. I don't do any casting currently, but I will be getting back to it. But it is 9:55, folks. We have 5 minutes left in the stream. So with that being said, I would like to throw it out for folks to plug stuff. So Erik, as our very special guest, whoa, and I clicked the wrong button. Where can people find you? What you got coming up? All that good stuff.
Well, you know, we are already, Boss Fight is already preparing for Toy Fair.
Oh, baby.
We have a lot to show and a lot, you know, the pandemic may have slowed us down, but it didn't stop us. And there is a lot coming up. We're going to have a lot of things surprising, not just continue our current lines, but also, announcing new lines. We are kind of shifting our priorities a little bit and trying to get ourselves back on track and back on schedule. So, and that's a huge undertaking and a big part of what we have been doing recently. So, yeah, keep an eye on us. Things are going to change really fast.
Oh, shit.
And we're really excited about it. So, other than that, you know, me personally, I'm just on Facebook as Erik Arana. I'm on Twitter, although I'm rarely on Twitter, and I'm never on Instagram, but I am on Instagram, but I'm never there.
I still tag you, man. I still tag you.
Yeah. But, you know, and then it's, you know, Boss Fight Studio on all 3 of those as well. And bossfightshop.com is where you can find our product.
Hell yeah.
We're saving them pennies.
Do it. Matthew.
And then give them pennies to Erik.
Where can I find you? What you got coming up?
This every Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tiny Meng. You can find me on Instagram at HypnoHustlin'. or HypnoHustlers_customs. At HypnoHustlers is what I am on Twitter. And enhancedtalentclothing.com. So
There you go. As always, I am one of your faithful hosts, Diamond Dave Wheeler, aka Dave Wonder, aka Dave Wheeler, whatever the hell you want to call me. You can find me on Instagram at the Dave Wheeler. You can find me on Twitter at the Dave Wheeler. You can find me right here every Tuesday on Heel Turn Radio. You can find me Mondays over at the Foosh with Robo on Monday Foosh Live, or afterwards on the Dave Wonder channel at twitch.tv/Dave Wonder. And then on Wednesday nights, that would be tomorrow, you can find me on the Dave Wonder channels, twitch.tv/Dave Wonder, youtube.com/Dave Wonder, for Toys with the Boys with Robo and Cincy. We're going to be gripping and ripping cardboard all night long. And we have an April 3-way unboxing. Note I said unboxing. Thank you very much. All right. But thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, having some fun. Submit them sweet C2E2 guest requests for yours truly. Still trying, still haven't heard anything. So fingers crossed, you never know. But until next time, folks, thank you. You all rock. Much love from Minnesota. A good night. Bye. Oh, I thought that was hair. Jesus, he is the most righteous comb over ever. Good night, everybody.
Bye.